Do you know what exalts the 14th Legion above all the others who call the Eye Bastion? Do you know what sets us apart from the lost, from the damned? Brotherhood. We are unbroken, unified by hatred, blessed by entropy, chosen by undeath. The galaxy has burned for 10,000 years. The Imperium of the false Emperor has rotted from within. Its worlds have atrophied and withered. It is weak and ready to fall. Its armies, its generals, its heroes are scattered, inept, frail, and yet victory eludes the veterans of the longbow. Why? The answer is no great mystery. Just look at who has fought this crusade down the millennia. The third, Fulgrim's degenerate peacocks. They are no legion. They barely recognize one another as brother. So enamored of excess that even treachery of one's own blood is palatable if it provides a flicker of perverse sensation. All they care for are slave raids and the opportunity to indulge themselves. The fourth, Perturabo's iron dullards. They may be masters of the siege, but they lack any kind of inspiration. For 1,000 centuries they have bombarded the walls of the Imperium, and yet it remains. The stars will ebb and time will dwindle as the galaxy slowly extinguishes, and the fourth would still not look up from the sights of their gun emplacements. They are stubborn, thus they are doomed to failure again and again. Then there is the eighth, Kurz's pack of sadists. They were barely a legion during the crusade. Now, they are little more than scavengers and pirates. Roaming jackals picking over carcasses, fighting over scraps. Always found skulking in the shadows of true warriors. I wouldn't trust one of them to stand by my side. Why would I trust in any of them to bring our enemy low? The 12th, Angron's dogs. Rabid mongrels barely fit to be called Astartes. They are no warriors, they're butchers. They hold to no strategy, are beholden to no acumen. They throw themselves onto the enemy's guns as eagerly as they turn on their allies. What use is a blade that is broken? What use is a blade that would cut its wielder, bleed its wielder, kill its wielder? Perhaps the 15th. Magnus's scribes and bookkeepers. What would they know of filling empires? They are locked away in their studies with their books and spells. I'm certain they've read of war. I'm sure they claim to know it. But that is not war. Quills and parchment are no substitute for a bolter or a blade. Wet ink is nothing to hot blood on one's face. The 15th may write of war, but they will never know it. Neither does the 17th. Lorgar's whelps, priests and iconoclasts. I spit on them. Curses and threats are enough to break their resolve. Mention Monarchia and see how they wail in self-pity at their own failure. I dare not look at them, lest my gaze slay one on accident. Let them pray in their temples and preach their sermons. True warriors act. We do not proselytize. The 20th. Alfarius spies and assassins. We had a saying during the crusade. You could never tell if they were speaking the truth, because you could never find the bastards. Launch an attack, and they'll hold back. Fortify a position, they'll advance. Call for reinforcements, they'll withdraw. Ask them to hold your right flank, they'll be on your left. Fighting wars with them is like dueling one's own shadow, futile and insane. And then there is the black sheep, the upstart king, the young pretender, the self-appointed war master and his rabble. Abaddon. Vain, arrogant, power-hungry. But if I were to fight beside any of the dregs within the eye, it would be him. Many rant and rave. Many have sworn to bring down the Imperium. Many have tried and all of them have failed. Most have died, yet not him. Not Horus' little protege, his favorite. Perhaps he will be different, or maybe he'll end up just like his father. Regardless, they may call themselves Legion, the Black Legion, and swear to serve only him, Abaddon the Despoiler. But that cannot hide what they truly are. A conglomerate of war bands, renegades, mercenaries and exiles. They are not a legion, they're a cult. A necessity of survival hiding behind the ideal of vengeance. They seek strength through numbers. solace through affiliation to a shared need to live just another day. That is not a legion. That is not a brotherhood. And one day they will break because they are not us. We, though, we are the 14th. We are the Death Guard. We were forged in poison and misery. We survived and became the will of a demigod. We have endured, persisted, and overcome every foe sent against us. And as their guns ran dry and their blades grew dull, we remained resolute, undeterred, and indomitable. We have conquered all. We have beheld until we conquered death itself. The 14th will carve its way into the heart of the false emperor's domain with rusted steel and corroded iron. We will hack apart the defenses of Terra and finish what was started 10,000 years ago. The Death Guard will descend upon the Imperial Palace through smog and poison, and we, the scions of ancient Barbarous, will rip the corpse upon the golden throne and show it the true face of death. We shall do this as brothers. We shall do this as Legion. We shall do this unbroken.